Hey, good evening, everyone. This is Suzette Speaks, and I want to ask you, is it appropriate to take a graduation photo in the nude? How about this? I can't believe I have my own volume problems here. Sorry, guys. But is it appropriate for you to take a graduation photo in the buff in front of your alma mater's mascot? Well, a young lady who goes to a school in Tallahassee, FAMU, had a photo shoot recently that really, some would say, broke the internet. She presented herself in a way that was so risque, so out of the ordinary, so unapologetic that there were people that figured, you know what? I applaud her for her boldness, for her braveness of appearing in the buff. And there are others that thought she was classless and should never, ever have considered a nighttime photo with her complete backside, her buttocks exposed in front of the school mascot. Well, if you haven't seen the photo, I'm going to show it to you now. I want to welcome you. I'm Suzette Speaks, and I'm grateful that you are here watching tonight's stream, whether you're watching on Facebook or whether you are watching on YouTube. I am an attorney who is a YouTuber at heart. I love media. I love talking about interesting stories and topics, and I want to encourage you to leave your opinion as you listen to the facts of this case, if you will. And again, I'm going to try my best to just lay it out for you and let you decide whether she should face consequences or not. The big issue in this story is that the university has opened up an investigation, and there are some who say she possibly could have forfeited her degree, as in the school may withhold her degree as a result of this. Some are calling it code of conduct violation. And there are many people who feel as if, it would be unreasonable for any institution to have that harsh of a consequence for someone at that age, a young person who, thinks that, this is cool, this is trendy, this is something that they want to do to express themselves. And in a couple of articles I read from the young lady, and I'm not going to mention her name, with quotes from the young lady, they ask her about, why she did it and how she felt about the attention it got. And she is now, kind of being held up as an example for some, and then maybe a martyr for others in terms of her own free speech and her ability to want to share her sexuality, to share her artistic expression, if you will, with her fellow, not only her fellow classmates, but really the entire internet. So as you come in, hit the like button. I'm Suzette Speaks TV host and attorney here in Miami, Florida, enjoying an easy breezy evening. I'm glad you guys have caught the live. If you're team replay, go ahead and hit the like button. I know one of my favorite YouTubers, TLA, would say struggle streaming already. I hope you guys forgive me for the struggle stream. There are parts of this that seem easy, but when you're out of practice, it can get a little bit complex. But yeah, I'm over here chatting up on YouTube, following current events, social media stories, things that just catch my attention, whether it has to do with self-improvement, self-growth, or it has to do with legal topics and politics. It's a political season we're in right now. So if you have not found out when your primary elections are in your state, if you live in the United States, if you're living in the United States, check out when your primary elections are and make sure you go vote. Make sure you let your voice be heard. I actually early voted today and got it out the way. It's early here in Florida. But welcome. For those of you who want a little bit more extra of the Suzette Speaks show, I want you to check out the stream that I did last night. Shout out to my brother Tyrell key. Terrell is an educator, has a wonderful channel going on, and he interviewed me yesterday about whether law school was really worth it. I made my points. I told him how the process really works. I didn't leave much to the imagination. I didn't hold anything back, but I want to thank him and express my gratitude to all those who came over and supported me over there on Terrell's channel. So if you missed it, go ahead and tune in. It's on the community page here on the YouTube side. So make sure you visit the community tab and check out that show. But I also wanted, before I get into this topic, to let you know Saturday I will be live at 12, and I've chosen the topic catfished. I want to talk about your experiences. Have you ever been catfished? Have you ever heard of a juicy catfish in terms of someone pretending to be someone who they are not and trying to go on a date with you or keep things online or pretend that they have all these resources and money or whatever it is, and then you show up and it's like a whole different person? So I want to encourage you, think about your stories. If you want to share it, speakers, please let me know. But catfish is this Saturday, 12 noon Eastern, and I cannot wait to tell you my catfish story. And we're going to talk about the greatest catfish there ever was. I want to say hello to the people in the chat. Welcome. I know I got to get back in this algorithm. It's a funny thing when you haven't streamed for a while. The algorithm wants people to remember you but not remember you. But shout out to those who hit the notifications bell and are here live with me, as well as Team Replay. Shout out to everybody watching. I want to acknowledge thank you so very much, my fantastic moderator. I had to think of the word RM. When it gets late, y'all, I get a little whew. But I'm going to make this short and sweet. Thank you, the world class, for being here. Hey, Mosaic. How are you? TJ Randolph, long time. Nice to see you. Tyrone in the building. Wagwan. Nice to see you, my brother. But yeah, we're going to talk catfish on Saturday. So make sure you are in the place and ready to discuss, this very interesting topic. There are some good shows coming out on Netflix right now that talk about being catfish. But tonight, yes, the catfish is for real. If anyone has experienced this, oh my gosh, yes, we're doomed with this online dating. People can pretend to be who they want to be. People can pretend here on all kind of platforms to be whoever they want, and especially in the dating world. So yes, Mosaic with TJ Randolph says we're doomed. There's nothing we can do about it. But yeah, I think there's some interesting stories so that we can be warning one another and hopefully protecting ourselves the best we can, or at least asking the right questions so that, something like this does not happen. But it's still going to happen because people are so good at deception. But yeah, catfish is the subject matter this Saturday. Make sure you hit the like and the notification bell for that stream. I've already put it up, so you can go over to it and hit the notification bell so you can join me on Saturday, 12 noon-ish. And I can't wait to talk about some of the catfish stories I've been hearing about. But tonight, we're talking about the Rattlers. I hope the Rattlers are in the building, and I hope you guys are not offended. There are parts of this story that have to do with the school, and I'm hoping, just in terms of reporting the facts, all facts are alleged and are not proven at this stage. We're going to go by what we are seeing reported by other news outlets. I have not spoken to this young lady. I've only seen several and read several news reports about what she has done. So again, all parties are innocent until proven guilty, but shout out to those Rattlers. We have 3 HBCUs. Oh, excuse me. We have FAMU. We have Bethune-Cookman. We have Florida Memorial, Edward Waters, and several others actually in the state of Florida. But we're going to be talking about one of the most popular schools. They are known for their Marching 100. Of course, I'm talking about none other than the FAMU Rattlers. Football season has begun, so we're going to see a lot more of them. But if you didn't know about the story, real quick, a recap is a student went viral after sharing her provocative graduation pictures. Yes, I'm going to show it to y'all. Provocative is lightly putting it. And the student isn't going down without a fight after the young lady took nude photos in front of, and this is on campus, the HBCU's mascot. The school launched an investigation on her, and purportedly she could lose her degree if found guilty of the code of conduct book, right, of misconduct. The recent GRAD says that she's promised that others will feel her wrath if she endures any consequences. Now we're gonna talk about that too. Hello, somebody. But yeah, it's a kind of sticky situation because she feels as if she's being singled out. It had nothing to do with the school. She was just taking pictures, although they were nude. So here's the young lady. Beautiful. So she had pictures that were not only in the buff, she had pictures like this one where again they've been published on social media, they've been now been picked up by several news outlets, and people are saying, okay, she did the fro, she has on her beautiful, school sweater, and she's representing the school very well there. As you come in, please hit the like button. So she had a contrast of her choice of outfits or lack thereof, and the first one was really, really, some would call it just very classic and classy. If there are folks who are more traditional and like, that, what should I say, college preppy, college preppy swag. That's what this is giving me. She got her nails done. She got the beautiful, like I say, collared shirt under sweater look. And it's really, saying queen. Many people would agree that that's the type of picture young women need to take. Now, I'm going to get into the other one because I would like to keep the one that shows her derriere off the internet. I did, put it in this lineup, but I'm going to start with kind of like a covered one. So you'll see a peach, Georgia peach over her backside, or this one you'll see a flame. So here is the controversy, y'all. You'll see her on the left in the complete nude, and you can't even really see the full rattler right behind her. But it's a nighttime nightscape, beautifully panoramic kind of view of her in front of the school's name you can see there on the bottom, as well as, again, I have, chosen to show edited pictures, but in the real pictures, you can see her full derriere, right? And the side boob is real. So there are people who are very uncomfortable with this. Again, she has the expressive, almost like Medusa style of hair, I think, for added effect. I don't know if y'all like it. Do y'all like it? It was, again, I think it was supposed to be shocking. It was supposed to be provocative. It was supposed to stir conversation. But I think it also kicked a lot of dust up when it comes to appropriateness. And if there is still an expectation for time and place, and whether or not women's bodies should be displayed in this manner, particularly when it comes to graduation. Now, there was a picture also, hit the like button, y'all, that Megan Thee Stallion, y'all know Hot Girl Meg took. And this reminded me of her picture. If you want to Google it, Megan Thee Stallion had a graduation shoot where she was almost in her birthday suit, where you saw her in kind of like very, very short, very risque, a thong looking type garments on top of cars or low riders, or, the Texas style low riders. And there was, a little bit of dust up, a lot of cheering for Hot Girl Meg, fully clothed in some of her pictures as well, but also, showing them goodies. So the trend has been around from before this young lady went live with this picture or shared this picture with the world. So I'm looking again at her, the graduate. This is again found via sources online. This is what she looked like in her beautiful cap and gown, hair laid, doing her thing. And again, people were up in arms because they saw so much of her, maybe more than they bargained for. So it remains to be asked, was it A, wrong? B, would you have done it? And C, should she face consequences? What do y'all think? Do you think that she should be reprimanded in some way? And of course, because she was graduating, the main, I think, and again, it depends on what the FAMU Code of Conduct book says, the main consequence that has been floated online is that this poor young lady should be reprimanded by withholding a degree. My opinion, I think that is very, very strong in terms of working hard, paying for 4 years of college, And then at the very end, because of what many would deem a mistake, maybe she's owning it. And I'll show you some of the comments she has made and what the university is doing in response. But because this young lady took these pictures, there are, going to be consequences, but should it be as severe as no degree? What are your thoughts? Let me see what the chat is saying. Hey, good evening, Andrew. Nice to see you. Says she is beautiful all the way around. Yes, I do agree with that. A mosaic with TJ Randolph adds that was not appropriate. Thank you for sharing your opinion, sis. And says, is there any room for class and sophistication anymore? That's the big which I say, point of reference where people are trying to understand, especially with so much more provocative and, which I say, in your face role models. Are these women who you may have seen do, more risque style shoots for birthdays, shoots for other things, but this is different. This is graduation. There's supposed to be, and I agree with Mosaic with TJ Randolph, that many would expect there to be a certain amount of decorum, a certain amount of respect put on such an, what do they say, academic achievement. But instead, we are seeing a lot of people kind of, come to her defense and say, sis could do whatever she wants to do. It is a matter of her feeling comfortable in her own skin, a matter of her being able to, express herself, her individuality, her free speech right. I'm dropping the link, guys, in case anybody wants to come in and just chat and join the conversation. Let me drop it now. But yeah, as I was saying, there are many who would argue it is inappropriate all the way around because it was the wrong time, wrong place, wrong method. That no one really should be fully buxom, fully unclothed in front, like butt naked is basically how the folks would say it, while taking a graduation picture on an HBCU campus. Now, she didn't take it, on her own in a studio. She took it on the campus in front of a huge Rattler statue. So hey DL, thanks for coming up. I see him in the back. Let me read a couple more in the chat and see what you have to say, my brother. Salute to the Brick Sling. Nice to see you. Good to have you. I know it's been a while. Missed you. Glad you are here watching live. Jason Johnson says, fire. Let's go. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate you showing the love. And y'all hit the like button. Team Replay, if you're watching, hit the like button. Andrew, great point, says she is a reflection of our current society. There are going to be those who think, why, does she have to face the consequence of, this type of behavior when, if you look around, the trends have changed in terms of what women think is appropriate in terms of dress and style of dress, whether the buns are a part of, your expression, self-expression, or whether it is just all around tacky is the right word that someone used to describe it, or maybe even as far as, not my opinion, but completely classless. People will say it just shows that there is no, knowledge of self, as opposed to being like this woman finding her own empowerment. So you're going to have two sides of the coin, and people are going to feel very strongly, I'm sure. Either way you come down on it, I'd love for you to share your opinion. I'd love for you to leave a comment. But I'm going to bring my brother DL up. And thank you, Mosaic with TJ Randolph, for your comment. I'll bring it up in just a second. But let me say hello to DL Saint. How are you?
What's good? How you feeling?
I am struggle streaming a little bit, but God is good.
Say struggle streaming.
Up my streams before I come live, and then when I start fixing it up, I forget to close it, and it's like, oh my God, what am I doing?
Well, I got something for you. That's for you.
Hey, thank you.
That is for you. Cause I ain't gonna lie to you, I missed you, girl. I know you was out enjoying yourself on the beach doing all that Jamaican thing, but I'm like, where's Suzette? I need somebody to
No,
talk to.
yay, I'm glad, man. I miss everybody as well. I'm thinking about, changing up my format. I know everybody understands, we are actually real people. Yes, I do YouTube, but you got real life to contend with. So yes, little vacay happened. Go back and watch my vacay videos on my trip to Jamaica. Took a couple of weeks down there to rejuvenate. Thank you very much. And then getting back into the swing of things with work has kind of been a little bit daunting. And then you're trying to get your YouTube back to where it was. And it's like, okay, the algorithm don't want you to be great. So it's all good. I kind of do it for the love anyway. But my people will hopefully eventually see me once I come back pretty regularly. And maybe I'll have to do some clips and stuff like that to help that process. But I want to hear what you have to say tonight, my brother. Thank you. The topic is FAMU grad takes very provocative, and I'll add, photos on campus for her graduation. And again, have you seen the photos, DL?
Nah, but I saw the thumbnail and that's enough. I mean,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? I'm like, that's enough to make, Hugh Hefner blush. Like, yo, shorty.
I was scared to put my face next to it. I was like, well, I got to show the people what she was looking like. And then I was like, I want my face in perpetuity next to this girl's behind. But
because people might, if you real quick just hitting on it, like, yo, Suzette took a vacation. She done lost her mind. This her Suzette standing. Oh, that's somebody else.
Like, hey, what's up with you? No, I'm like, oh, Lord, I hope this is not misinterpreted and held against me one day. But no, I was just trying to juxtapose the idea of, this woman has, shared with the world and now gone viral because, again, she put something up that was, for some people, truly an intimate photo, looking like, it could have
Wait. You said intimate?
Yeah.
I know I'm sorry, counselor. I didn't know he was in court.
No,
you cleaning it up, girl.
That was to characterize it. I have the photo here, and I was like, do I show it? Do I not show it? Do I show it? Do I not show it?
And she was in her thoughtness. Let's keep it 100. That's just right there.
Naked in the buff. We'll say it like that. Now you can characterize how you want to characterize it. Not saying, there are people that won't agree with you, but I'll just say just completely nude and looking over the shoulder. And again, that's the type of picture to me you would take for a significant other. That's why I would say intimate, because in my mind, how that pose looks and, the cupping of the boob and, looking back at it, if you will.
Butt booty ass. He was butt booty ass. Y'all feel the rest of this. Butt booty ass naked. That's how we used to say it back in the day. That's all that was.
Leave it to DL to kind of share with you the gravity, and I'll throw a picture up just so you can see. But yeah, she was letting it all hang out. For those just joining, should she face
man, could you give me a Lord have mercy? I need the Jamaican version.
A lot of mercy. It's a lot. And again, we like, grow up. What's wrong with y'all? You guys don't know art, or even that, she's standing in her sexual power. Why criticize? Mind your business and keep it moving. Now, I hear you. And people will feel that way, but we're going to explore nonetheless, a variety of opinions on whether, again, is it appropriate? Should she face consequences as severe as possibly not being conferred her degree? Like, that's a big deal.
She should get her degree, but that's it. I mean, she's hurt herself. I mean, let's say she's an attorney. Let's say she was a law student. What law school is going to take her? What firm is going to take her? And here's the thing. I said this a long time ago, and I said it on my platform all the time, and I've said it here.
Yes.
There is no accountability out there. It's that no accountability. Take me as I am. Culture that we're living in right now. That is a very bad idea. She ran this idea by somebody. Who's taking a picture? Who's holding the camera?
I'm talking about made up. It looked like it was actually very edited or airbrushed, and the hair as the snakes. And I get it. You're a rattler. I get it. Medusa, like, ooh, I'm a hot girl. But like, then to post it and make it public is another part of it. But again, this is where she started. Like, she has the classic, and some would say classy look, and then boom, in your face. There go my booty,
and as a man, how am I supposed to approach the woman in the photo? Not the one with the afro. That's the sister right there. What's up? So how you doing? Yeah. But this is what we talk about out here all the time. if you wear the uniform, this is what and rest in peace, Kevin Samuels. I'm sure he said this, and a lot of people said it. If you wear the 304 uniform, you gonna get treated as such. She ain't even got the uniform on. She just come out there, just let it all hang out. Ladies, come on. Shouldn't she be held to account for her actions? Isn't there accountability that needs to be addressed at this point? Am I wrong for thinking that, Suzette?
I don't think you're wrong. I'm thinking like if this was my daughter, I'd be upset.
Upset.
If it
She
was
can't
my
come
little,
home.
no, if it was my little cousin, I'd be like, now see, didn't we teach you better? Like I think, I can try to see her side. I'm like, what would she be thinking? Trying to take someone else's viewpoint. But then again, I'm like, bruh, this is a little, it's sticky. I'm going to read a few comments. Hey, TJ in the back should, a recent grad from FAMU who took very risque photos in the buff in front of the HBCU's mascot on campus face consequences for taking said photos, and they have literally had social media in shambles. There have been so many articles, blah, blah. You can Google it. You can Google it if you really want to see the photo. And I would love to hear your opinion. Before I bring you up, TJ, I'm just going to read some of the comments. Hey, y'all, I missed you. I was like, where my people at? Hey, Miss AKA Lady.
Miss AKA Ladies in the house.
Lovely to see you, my darling. Glad you are here. It's been a minute, girl. We're getting back into it, though. And thank you, TJ, as yes, and there are consequences for doing what you want to do. I see you, Kalichi. Aguacha. Nice to meet you, says she posted 2 photos, one naked in front of the mascot and the second grabbing her ankles. Right. I didn't even include that one because that one I definitely wouldn't want to show.
What? Are you serious?
Yes. Oh, I'm sorry. He says the flowery prose in which he's being described is problematic at best. Come and speak your mind, brother. I am going to put things the way I am going to put them, right? As a person who tries to, I'm like, let me think about it from her perspective, try to be a little bit balanced. I'm not saying I agree with it, but I don't want to color it in a way that, again, you who are my speakers, you guys who are watching this, I want you to hear my opinion, but I also want you to see the facts laid out in a way that you draw your own opinion. So I hear you, brother. You're like, color what? Not my style. And I'm appreciative of your observation that you really want a kind of forthright, hit her with the left, hit her with the right kind of style. Was that Rick Ross song? Sorry, but no, I don't mean it. I don't condone violence, but I hear what you're saying. Hey, Melissa J, nice to see you. Says she's stopping by to show some love. Jason says, I like the picture, but I'm dusty. Don't mind me.
Hey, brother Jason,
Oh, that's nasty.
Jason, I hear you. We honor your truth. Thank you. Hey, guest and chat, says Melissa. Thank you. I was going to bring this up, but you beat me to the point, Kalichi, but thank you. Kalichi said this was a master's degree in educational counseling. Now, I was going to bring this up, but he beat me to the punch. Does it matter that this was what she earned? A master's degree. A master's degree in educational counseling, not law, not pharmacy, not engineering, an MBA. A few months ago, I was going to bring it up, brother. You are following my train of thought. Thank you very much. A few months ago, it was the Rhode Island senator. I did a show on her, to twerk or not to twerk. Y'all remember? Go back and watch it. I think her name was Tierra Mack. If I get it wrong, please forgive me. But yeah, the senator from Rhode Island, state senator from Rhode Island, twerking on a handstand, y'all. That was a little bit, to me, that was really offensive because she was a politician, right? She was elected to serve and represent the people. That one really kind of like, why would you post that on a public forum? But yes, I see a pattern as well, Kalichi. And I want to thank you for bringing that up. Yes, you can stay off camera, TJ. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, girl. I know how it be sometimes. you wanted to come up and you like, but I ain't got my face, so I can't get on here. Hit the like button. We're talking the most provocative picture you will see right now on the internet. This young lady from FAMU, graduate student, graduated and decided to take and post two very risque photos of her in the buff. One, as you'll see there on the left. Let me bring down this comment so y'all can see it clearly. And thank you, Andrew. I see you on the super chat. We're talking about her decision to post these rather, um, some would say, tactless.
Girl, say what you want to say. Quit being political, girl. Let it out.
Listen, people can see for themselves and call it what they want.
What would your grandma say with the accent? What would they say?
No, my grandmother wouldn't even that couldn't even be brought to her. It would have been like that the devil. Like I would have got a devil beat up. Like grandma don't throw no punches. My grandma, rest in peace, was one of the sweetest. I'm thinking my Holy Ghost side. My Holy Ghost, she would have been like, that's the devil. And you need to go back and put it where it came from. I wouldn't even have been a conversation. Now, again, talking different generations, talking cultural differences. Nah, that wouldn't even have been a possibility. Like again, new generation. We got people that think differently, been kind of brought up in a society of more goes. Some would say anything goes, more goes. TJ Randall, let me bring you up, my love. Good to see you. How are you?
I'm good. Can you hear me?
Absolutely. Thanks for coming up, doll. How have you been?
I am great. I'm great. Just loving life, being a wife and grandma.
And YouTubing like crazy too. Girl, I'll be seeing your pictures on YouTube. Y'all go over and follow TJ Randolph. I saw Melanie King clip you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was
that's a
pretty
big
cool. Yeah, that was really cool. I appreciate
Congrats.
that.
I was like, okay, we got all these views. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, it was
what's
pretty
up.
exciting.
No, it's good stuff. Go ahead, DL.
I got Sister TJ. Hello and pleasure to meet you. I'm DL saying. I got a question for you. If that were your granddaughter, what would you be doing right now?
Okay, look.
DL know how to set it up. DL know how to set it up. Yes, I know. DL know how to set it up.
First of all, it wouldn't be my granddaughter because she, I did a little quick live today, being pissed off at the grocery store watching people not take care of their kids. My granddaughter would know better, so that wouldn't be because asses would be kicked.
There it is. There it is. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, expectations are met usually, and when you set high ones, yeah, I'm thinking, yeah, what would her mother, the young lady's mom, grandma, but we don't know her life story. I want to know more about her life. That's why I'm kind of withholding some stronger language, because I'm like, I want, like, maybe people will watch this and say, it doesn't matter, Sue. It don't matter where she came from. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It don't matter. What are we doing?
Yes, I hear what you're saying. You're grown enough to get a graduate degree or MBA. You're grown enough to know when things are appropriate and when things aren't appropriate. I hear you. There are others that will try to delve a little deeper into her situation, how she grew up, why she's, I want to say, privileged to have this self-expression moment, and why it shouldn't be my issue, your issue, DLTJ's issue, whoever, that we should turn, if we don't like it, turn off the phones, keep scrolling, whatever, and gonna say it's her prerogative, it's her free speech.
But I got a legal question for you, though.
Hold on one second. Let me just read Andrew. He's been waiting for a while. I bet. Thank you, Andrew, for the 20 on the super. Says, I bet that some civil liberties organization will hire her in a heartbeat. She will not suffer and will be celebrated. All right. The next person will suffer. I missed you, my dear. We need a SuzetteSpeaks calendar. Yeah. We get in there. Yeah, especially my Patreon members like Andrew, I'm going to be kind of discussing some of my next moves and things I want to try. I've found some folks that I can, rely on for, piecing together my YouTube materials and my old stuff. I want to go back and clip and stuff, but it's a matter of just timing, guys. But thank you, Andrew. But yes, just hit the notification bell, and hopefully the algorithm will not be stingy and actually tell you when I'm on. But I'm going to keep later in the week, though. The next few, probably even a couple months. It won't be Monday, Tuesday. It will be more like a Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday. So it'll be later in the week. Just know It'll be a couple, 2 or 3 times in the week, but it won't be Monday, Tuesday in the next few months. All right. Thank you, Andrew. I'm gonna go to TJ first because I wanted to hear what you had to say. You say your granddaughter would not ever even try you like this.
You,
Um,
I guess it's just different, because taking my granddaughter aside and even my daughter, I just think about myself.
mhm,
A lot of things I did, in my youth. Again, we had no proof back then, but I just didn't want to represent my mom and my grandparents that way.
mm,
I just, and even after my grandfather passed, everything I did in the military, it was in honor to him. I
okay,
never wanted to do anything that would bring shame to my grandfather.
right.
And so, and again, and my daughter's the same way. And I think one of the challenges that I have that's going on right now is that people live so much in the moment. They have no idea how it's going to impact them later. Maybe
No, they don't.
it
Yeah.
may not be a job or whatever, but if we want to use the Kim Kardashian thing, then she's crying because the video came out and her kid is asking about it. Or if you have kids and they, their friends see it, they don't even think about stuff like that.
Hmm. So you're saying that there's a very short-lived, live now, think about consequences later, and c'est la vie. Que sera sera. I can't think of any more of those type of uh, sayings. But what will be. I'm 22. I'm 24. I'm whatever. And well, we got some grown women doing this too. But in this case,
Yeah.
I'm 22, 24, under 25 most likely, and I can just, be free as if
And,
there is no consequences.
and to that point, before you turn over the DL, the
Hmm.
part that I have is they say if that they will experience my wrath if they try to hold me accountable. Excuse me?
Yes, I did. I did pull that quote. I think I have it on the slide here, but yeah,
Experience
I
my
will.
wrath?
There she goes. She said she gonna let it all out. Did I put it here? Let me hold on. Let
Yeah,
me
you
see if I got
did. And that's where, and I'm so again, there's no accountability. So
it.
you can
Okay.
do
Yes.
whatever the heck you want to do, but don't say nothing about it.
Yes, I did snap it. I don't see it here. Sometimes I leave out one or two things. I put the university's response, but yes, she's saying, and you can find it on social media. Hey, if y'all come for me, oh, it's gonna be on, and I will. You will experience. I think, quote unquote, my wrath was her words, her
Yeah,
exact words. It was very disturbing, actually. I was like, well, not the apology, not the,
exactly.
not the. I'm sorry, give me my degree. It was, you double down. And I thought that was an interesting response as well. And I'll pull up the university's response. DL, you had a comment or a question before?
Yeah, I had a couple, but real quick, I like Doug's brother. Doug, what's up? What's good, brother? I love seeing
Where
him in
my
there.
Doug at? Let me get
Yeah,
my people up because I've
but
been missing y'all.
yeah, but Doug was like, it's just like the average Instagram pic. He's got a point.
He's
He's got a
like, what
point.
y'all mad about?
What y'all mad about? But the
Me-
question I have for you,
yes,
the
sir.
legal question is, do you need permission from the school to pose with that mascot the way she did? Not for personal use, but I mean, I'm sure this is probably got monetized some way,
Well,
possibly.
I'll go back to where I think the school will have standing, and most people will know this. For if you didn't attend like a 4 year school, you have to sign the university's code of conduct when you start. I know there was I think I've signed like something physically, and there's digital copies, I'm sure now, that you'll follow the policies of the school's code of conduct. Now if
Yes.
she breached that, I think they might actually have grounds. It'll be akin to, and again, she could probably appeal it. They might not keep the degree. This is where I think it's going to play out. Maybe they're not going to give it to her. She'll appeal it, and then some university board will give it to her later as it dies down. That's what I think is going to happen. You'll do the song and dance and make it seem like, try to make an example of her, but kind of quietly later on, maybe she'll get it. That is my prediction. None of this,
Uh,
again, everyone's innocent until proven guilty. But that code of conduct, the same
mhm.
thing that puts you in front of the honor court, is what it was called at my school. So you could go before the honor court. Some of it, sometimes there's students, faculty, mixture, whatever is in that handbook is what you agree to. It's the same thing that you sign when you're agreeing to, I take these classes in order to get this degree. It's the contract. So just like, and again, I'm not saying they're, comparable, but an infraction such as like cheating would also fall under this. And this is how the university can say, no, you broke the code of conduct. So I'm seeing it from there. The university has a leverage here. They make the rules. They make the rules. So I'm thinking, depending on what kind of student she was, depending on whether she's lawyered up. I don't know if she's lawyered up for real. And what she quote unquote knows. Oh my gosh. Like they're probably interviewing some of her teachers, wondering what she gonna come out and say. There's a lot of layers to where they can go. But I think the first one would be that if you violate school rules, you can face the consequences as outlined by the code of conduct. That's where I'm thinking their what we call standing comes from. TJ, you were going to add something?
Well, I was thinking, back when I went to the University of Oklahoma, I think very much so, because when you are a student, you're representing the university. So especially if you're doing something on the college campus, so
Exactly.
it definitely brings a poor light to the university. And I think in the code of conduct, that I think they talk about representation of something that will bring, negative view of the university. So again, that would be something very interesting. I think also, I mean, somebody stated it's a regular IG picture, and that is true. But the problem that I'm having, and I guess, is that are there no limits to anything anymore? There are certain things that are just hollowed, in my opinion.
Yeah.
There's certain things you just don't do.
Yeah.
And to me, we have a generation of people, and I'm not just talking about a generation specifically, I'm just saying we have a group of people in the world now that any freaking thing goes, and damn you for you mentioning it.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Now,
They're. Go ahead, Dale.
now it's time for me to sprinkle this with a little bit of the red pill.
Go ahead.
Right? This is what the red pill preaches. It's like a guy can't get away with something like that. It's a completely different conversation. You will be held accountable, sir.
That's true.
Right, but not you, ma'am. And then, like when you pulled up again, and hey, y'all, I'm just here to bring commentary. These ain't my words. I'm speaking from the red pill. But like Suzette, when you had that picture up, her graduation picture, right? I'm looking at all the makeup she had on. Okay, that's fine. I mean, I'm cool with makeup, but you don't need to have all that makeup
y'all
on.
don't like makeup. Go ahead.
All right, keep it one. I'm not a big fan of makeup, but look at all the makeup she has on, and look at her nails.
Yeah.
Right, and I can't see under that robe, but I got a picture in my mind what she's wearing up under that robe. Am I wrong for thinking that? Again, no accountability. This is the type. Not gonna say type. I hate to say it like that, but this particular young woman who was beautiful without the makeup and her natural hair, I guarantee she is. But she's gonna do this, and then it's like, okay, I want to get a high value guy. He's seen that picture. And if he hasn't seen that picture,
you think she might get more men or less?
oh, she gonna get a lot of men. It's gonna be all this.
Holla, 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 holla.
All day long. It's gonna be that. But what do they want, Suzette? Do they want to
you're
sit
saying that
down?
real. Yes, I hear you.
They want that piece right there. That's what they want. Right there, go right there. That's what they want.
They want her touching her ankle, grabbing her ankles, like somebody said the pictures did. I'm just saying.
Yes.
Exactly. They want that Uncle Luke face.
Yes.
And what Uncle Luke say? Face down. What up? That's what they want.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry.
No, I was gonna read this comment because I'm getting, yeah, it's a little rougher than what I'm showing you guys. I did want to include it, but then I was like, I can't include that just on my platform. I don't want to get demonetized. And then I'm just like, this is too much in terms of our image. And that's
Well, hold on. Can you send that to me offline?
I was like, this gonna live forever. I let not my channel be a part of it and contribute to that that foreverness. Kalichi adds, if this is how she wants to be represented, that's fine, but own the consequences. Lastly, the photo shoot was on campus. That's the key. You mentioned TJ, and the school has a right to weigh in and as appropriate because it was actually on campus. I agree with you. Miss AKA Lady adds, the internet is forever. As long as she stands by it 30 years from now, would you feel the same way? Most likely, if she grows, matures, we assume, if the person is a person that evolves, probably not gonna maybe be as proud, or maybe you can be like, yeah, I was bad, but I don't know. But good point. Thank you. He just says, I love just Go for it, bruh. You don't have to be on camera. Just show me your face in the back if you want to come up and express yourself. This is what I'm here for. Doug says, "What am I missing? Those look like okay. That's the comment you guys were referring to. Like that's par for the course." Miss AKA Lady says, "So she just majored in education. Don't they do background social media checks? Great point." For educational positions, all of that. Yes. Ebony, how are you? Good evening. RM says hit the like button. Sorry, guys, I'm a little bit behind catching up. Thank you, Doug. I appreciate you. And let me see what else you guys had to say. Okay. The university owns her money. That's owes her money. That's free marketing. Good point, Doug. Doug was like, pay
Doug
up.
crazy. Doug crazy.
Doug say pay her because, you know what? We're talking about fam. And actually, she is bringing a light. I don't know if it's a good light, but a light nonetheless to her school. It's not a private it's a private. No, it's a state school. What am I saying? I see what you're saying. It must be a private Christian school. It's not. It's not. I didn't catch you. It was FAMU. So no, it is a Florida public university, HBCU, and it's not Christian in terms of its mission statement, etc. So understood. Great points. So you're thinking if it was a different type of school, so yeah, if it was a Christian school, Catholic school, whatever, there may be consequences that she should face. But come on, y'all, this is what is all over the internet. How would you guys respond to that? Go ahead, TJ.
I was just going to say she did an interview, and they asked her what prompted her to take that picture or something like that, and she said, she wanted to showcase Black excellence. I'm like, the fuck?
No, she didn't. No,
yes,
TJ, for real.
She did. She said Black excellence, and this
referring to her derriere.
And that's what I'm thinking. I said, so showing Black excellence is showing your ass? Is like, giving your ass to the world? Is that what you're telling us?
Black excellence.
She said that.
Maybe she need a vocab check. Maybe she's trying to say Black beauty.
She said Black excellence.
Yeah, I can't take words out of her mouth if that's what she said. Yep, I haven't seen that interview, but that's what she said. Allegedly, I'm going to protect myself, but but that's wild.
Yeah. She said excellence. Black excellence, and then body positivity. Okay, look. Body positivity, that's a cute phrase. However, being positive about your body doesn't mean everybody needs to see it.
This is the whole thing, yeah. This is.
In fact, it should be the opposite. I mean, again, here's a young woman. Again, she's a beautiful young woman, right? She's a beautiful young woman. I give her that. You know what I mean? Because I can absolutely see everything thanks to her putting it out there like that. But the thing is this: like you got an education degree. You've already first, like you didn't go to STEM. Like when people talk about, like, I got a show coming up. I'm gonna do the wage gap, right? So you didn't go STEM. All right, that's fine. You get a master's in education. Okay, right? No one's gonna want to hire you. So when you go to make up that gap with a good choice in a partner, you're going to want the best guy you can get. This is going to bite you right in that beautiful butt that she's got right there. If you want to put that back up there one more time.
Listen, I tried to find, there's one with a snake around her waist. And I was trying to find the most conservative of these pictures. The World Class says, if I stand naked on the block with a hood on, y'all locking me up.
For real.
He has a point.
Shout out to the brother. Like I said, men know we're going to be held accountable for our actions. Ladies, what's going on? I know Sister TJ is on board. It's like, what you have to be held accountable for your actions. Now, when she starts crying 8 years from now saying she can't get jobs because of that photo, or she going to blame it on men. I can't get the job because too many men looked at my photo.
And all the men just want to sleep with me. Imagine that.
Right. Yeah.
Imagine that.
That could be a presumable, challenge.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie to you. Where's that line at? I ain't gonna lie. I might get in that line. I'm just saying. If she's gonna put it out there like that.
No, please. Thank you for the honesty. I thank you for the honesty. On that note, let's go to the university response. Of course, again, FAMU located in Tallahassee, the capital city of the U.S. state of Florida. I got a lot of people watching overseas, so I want to make sure they understand. Historically, Black University, 1887 was its founding. It's called a land grant university. Well, all that means is that they received money from the state and lands from the state of Florida when they were started. It was a school for Negro men. And yeah, it has evolved into a top tier. I think they have a top tier business school, engineering school, as well.
Band. That band ain't no joke.
We talk about the band. I want to talk about academics, but yes, known for many things, and now known for her photo. So does it hurt the brand? Well, this is what they had to say. So FAMU did put out a statement. This was as of July 30th, 2022. FAMU University statement regarding posted photo in front of Rattler statue. I like how they say posted, like it keeps it clean. Actually, I can make this bigger. They basically say they're investigating for immediate release, right? FAMU investigating social media posts. And it says Florida A&M University is aware of a post circulating on social media of a student photographed in front of the Rattler statue on campus. Vice President of Student Affairs, Mr. William Hudson, Jr., PhD, said, quote, the university is aware of the picture taken and is currently investigating the incident. Short and sweet. But they had to say something because she's probably, it's kind of blowing their wholesome, if you will, brand that, they've built or tried hard to build over the last, 150 years or so. So here comes a young lady who, now has left a kind of mark on them. So the question is, again, I do believe she should face some kind of consequence. Graduate school, master's student, graduates, goes on campus, walks up, takes naked photographs, posts them, one bent over, ankles being held. Is there a consequence or should there be? And what I'm hearing you say from the panelists I have, thank you, TJ, and thank you, DL, like, heck, yes, stop playing because it sets a bad precedent. It diminishes the I guess I don't know if the word is sanctity, but the value in a sense. Of what
I tell you what, I'm looking at I got your net super chat. It's this now, girl. Shots fired.
Let me see. Let me back up. Appreciate y'all showing love tonight. I am behind on the chat, but let me go hit the like. Let me go find it. Hit the like button. Funny, Miss AKA Lady says, haha, she looks, she said, look at this body. Black excellence indeed. Ebony says, I hope she doesn't have any student loans. Good evening. What's going on? Canadian born Nigerian in the building. CBN's Tech Talks in the building. Doug adds, I'm not going to lie. These days, this is normalized. I really don't even see the big deal. If she broke the university's rules as far as their trademarks, or I would add code of conduct, she will have to pay the consequences.
Maybe not.
Maybe we'll see. They're investigating. That's what they've said. That's all they've said. I'm not gonna read Jason. A little off-color comment there. The arbiter, thank you. Says, okay, we are okay. Thank you for the super chat. I'm reading his opinion, guys. Thank you for the super chat. The arbiter says. Let me drink some water.
Yeah, you're gonna need some water for this one. Like I said, it's shots fired, y'all.
Tell us how
get you really
feel, the arbiter. Okay.
Get some.
We are focusing on the foolish act of one woman, but FAMU has always been, his opinion, a mass reproducer of the Jezebel spirit. Shame on this, quote, university, unquote, for putting out so many, quote, unquote, empowered women with zero morals. No holds barred. The arbiter. Let me digest what you just said. I'll read it again. We are focusing on the foolish act of one woman, but FAMU has always. Always. It's like,
been
a mass reproducer. Hurt my heart there. The arbiter of Jezebel's spirit. Ouch. Shame on quote unquote. Now, where you went, the arbiter, that's really heavy, bro. And I respect it. Thank you for the super chat. I have to digest it and see if there's anything I agree with on there. Shame on this university for putting out so many quote unquote empowered women with zero morals. Ay, ay, ay. Many will take umbrage, sir. Tough talk there. Anybody want to respond? Wow.
Well, you know, that's his opinion.
That's what I'm like.
When I think about empowered women, I mean, there are empowered women in every university. You know, I went to the University of Oklahoma. You know, we were considered empowered. You know, I think we talk about the Jezebel spirit, if you will. That's just the state of where we are as a society, period.
I'm about to say, you can't just put that on no FAMU like that.
Now, the problem that I have with, not necessarily with the statement, the problem that I have is if, you know, historically black university colleges and universities already, in my opinion, are, you know, scrutinized in a certain way. So in my opinion, if I went to a HBCU, I would think that I would definitely want to present the best of what Black excellence is supposed to be, because there are people already have in their mind that Black universities and colleges are subpar. So that's what offends me more than anything. She wasn't thinking about how this action will affect the reputation of not just the school, but all other HBCUs. And that's what bothers me. And again, they're empowered women all over the place, and from all, you know, shoot, I went to a historically white college, and I was quite empowered.
Exactly. I was going to say, that's a loaded quotation mark there, empowered. And what he means, I'm assuming, is sexually empowered. I don't want to put words in your mouth. I'm just kind of interpreting based on the context clues that you're, and the context you're using here, what you mean, sir. And the arbiter, you're welcome to come up. You don't have to cam up if you want to add or clarify anything. I'm just taking your statement for what it's saying here. DL, did you want to add anything there?
Yeah, just to piggyback on Sister TJ, and she's brilliant sister. I mean, wow. Just first of all, just wow. I'm so glad to be honored to be on this panel with you. But I get where she's coming 100%, and we've all heard this. That's how they act. When those statements come out, it ain't about her per se. This individual, that's how they act. Yes. That's all of us.
All of us melanated people. But then there's this whole idea, especially I think again in younger people, Black people, as to whether they feel the pressure of representing all, or do they walk around and say, I'm an individual and I don't necessarily have to be representative for my race, so to speak, anymore. Or I don't want that pressure, so it's not on me. And there are other people that will say, baby, whether you want it or not, there are going to be people that judge the rest of us by your behavior. So it's always important that you remember that. But I'm thinking about just even maybe a mentality shift, good or bad, that may be taking place, where there are going to be people that are kind of pushing away from that mindset that, you know, just like the Kamala effect, for example. There was so many more applicants to HBCUs after, you know, we had an HBCU grad as a vice president of this country. Same type of, what should I say, impact on our society, but in the other way. I hear you, but I think
and Suzette, here's the thing. I'm sitting here, I'm taking it all in, right? And I'm sitting here, I'm like, she's in education. Like we're supposed to entrust the next generations to her. You know what I mean? She's in education. And it blows my mind. And here's the thing, y'all. I'm just two things. First, like the video, y'all. Share this one, y'all. Like the video, y'all. You know what I mean? And here's the thing. You know, I try to keep it light a little bit. This is a serious topic, but I ain't gonna lie. I'm not saying don't do what she did. What I'm saying is, don't put it out there for the world to see. That's what I'm saying. Know what you're doing is wrong. It's wrong. If you're going to send, like Suzette was saying, if you're going to send that to your man, or like what Sister TJ was saying back in the day, brothers and sisters.
But you didn't document it.
Right. We were doing our dirt. Absolutely. But you can't find it. Right? You can't find it. So
Exactly.
it's only word of mouth. Plausible deniability only works if there's no evidence, people.
Correct.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
It's a
nowadays, y'all want to produce the evidence because y'all want everybody to see every damn thing.
And telling everybody what they do it. Snitches and there's all this. Look at that. Come on now. Look
it's
at
a
that.
lot. It was supposed to be artistic, but it missed. I think like a big wow, a forever photo, a forever photo.
And
It ain't.
I think
And
like,
I hear you being proud of your body. I hear quote
yeah,
body positivity, but it's I
they're
don't know
using it too
if it
much. They're
hits
using
that.
it too much.
Yeah, I don't know if it hit that mark. Let me read a couple more of these comments. Hit the like button, like DL says. Welcome, it's the Suzette Speaks show. We're talking about the photo that went viral by a young lady who had recently graduated with an MBA from FAMU. Fam, you all right, all right. Sorry if I've been to enough football games to hear that cheer. But again, we know she is just one individual, but again, it is attached to an entire university. And the university said they are going to, quote, investigate. Should she face consequences? What is the meaning of this? Is she just now, a part of this modern day um, body positivity movement and, nothing to see here, move along? Or is there something more to this? And I'm grateful to have TJ Randolph and DL Saint with me discussing it. And I appreciate you again, the arbiter. Doug, I have brought up your comment, says, if the school says that she broke campus rules, she may be able to finesse that. Because those pictures looked like green screen. It didn't look green screen to me. But I hear what you're saying. And she has never actually posed on campus. Well, and she may not have actually posed on campus. So you're saying plausible deniability? Like, I don't know. It looked to me like she was there. Doug says he agrees with the arbiter. I hear you. Miss AKA, they said, whoo, I know that super chat was out to read out loud. I was grateful, girl. I was like, well, his opinion, not mine.
Could we ask Miss AKA lady? I'm curious. Miss AKA lady, was that right or wrong in your opinion? I'm just curious.
It was rough. You can't say a whole school is a factory of Jezebels. Like, what? Like, that was a strong statement in my opinion, and maybe unfounded. I think all universities are going to have people that go there and act up. I don't think that's just FAMU itself.
That might be too much red pill. Yeah, but that might be too much red pill right there. I don't know.
Felt like that was not accurate. Like
that's close to black pill. That's real close to black pill right there.
I'm like, what? I don't know his opinion, but always able to share it here. CBN says eating plantain chips while enjoying the shots fired. Love it, CBN Tech Talk. Appreciate you. Miss AKA Lady says, I know plenty of really great women. Thank you. Me too. That are rattlers that have major impacts on this society. I agree. I was like, dang, all of them? No.
But this no accountability thing is huge. They just recently charged that OnlyFans or influencer woman.
I was gonna do that story. Y'all want me to talk about that story? It hurt my heart that she was walking around free for so long.
I mean, for a minute after doing what she did. Yeah, you might talk about it.
In Miami, who took her boyfriend's life. She was an OnlyFans girl, and was he a YouTuber?
He was a crypto guy. He was a crypto guy.
Yeah, it's really crazy.
I want to say he was Nigerian. He was a crypto guy.
I was trying to look up.
Was she Caucasian?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I know you're talking about
the story.
Mm-hmm.
She was like 130% Caucasian, flat booty, everything. But she, it was airbrushed. It was airbrushed on the pictures, y'all.
Yeah, so I'm sorry, I was trying to look up the name real quick, but you know how it goes. And it was very popular, covered on, across the media, but she was not arrested until just a week ago, honestly. And I thought to myself, what privilege. She was in rehab, lawyered up in rehab in Hawaii.
How about
where
that?
They arrested her, and she was like, her lawyer was saying that I would have turned myself in, I was cooperating, blah, blah, blah. It just irks me, that whole handling of her case. It irks me, and I really can't go into it because I don't want to get off the subject. But yeah, it's similar. When you say accountability, I don't know if that taking of a life is the same accountability of nude photo in front of your school. But I understand what you're saying in terms of just a general sense of whether women.
Well, it's the zero accountability part.
rephrase what you want to say. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's the zero accountability part is what I'm trying to get at. So you have people. I mean, the guys are doing it too, but guys get arrested for the foolishness that they do. But and you see the look on their face when they get the charge. You know, when the judge throw a football number at them, they start crying in court. Like, yeah, that's what you get when you kill a bunch of people. But women don't, and I don't, not just women, but like these young kids, zero accountability for their actions. This woman gruesomely murders a man in Miami, stabbed him to death. Right. And let me cut somebody, not stab him to death. Let me go out here and just cut somebody and watch how fast they put me in jail with a $2 million bond. This woman is just out and about, roaming the streets, free, doing whatever she wants to do. Months later, they bring her back like, oh, we're gonna have to charge you for this. You know what I mean? And she was walking around like, what do you mean charge me? And we can't do this. We can't allow. I don't allow my daughter to get away with stuff, because if I do, I know it's going to be harder for me to discipline her later. Right. It's just the real thing there. Right. So if you keep letting people get away with stuff, eventually, right, you got chaos. You got it's just ridiculous. And again, she's in education. Is this why we don't teach critical thinking anymore? Because anybody who would sit down and think about that, like, hey, will I get in trouble for taking nude photos by the school mascot and posting them on social media? If you sit down and think about that for 5 seconds, you're like, yeah, absolutely will get in trouble.
Critical thinking would have told
Yeah,
you no. I hear
absolutely.
you. Critical thinking should have told, many would argue, but it wasn't critical. It was like, oh, girl, we about to be the baddest. Imagining what the conversation might be. Don't know. This is all, again, based on what we're seeing on news reports. Jason Johnson said, take this red pill right chill with the 2 on the super chat. Thank you. A lot of reality checking going on for real. And again, her future is still at this time of this show in limbo as far as whether she'll get her degree. Now, do you guys think that's too harsh of a penalty? Now, we don't know if that's what the code of conduct prescribes or not. But if that were the outcome of this, do you guys think that would be a justifiable consequence?
I'm gonna tell you why I think so. And then the arbiter put something in the chat that I think is really good. And I think it is a reasonable punishment. I'm gonna tell you why. Because what else could they do? She's met all the qualifications and requirements for graduation. They can't suspend her because she's already completed the requirements. Yeah. So what else can they do?
Yeah, I was thinking about that. What other course of action would be?
Yeah.
And I agree. I was like, she paid for that. Yeah. So how can they withhold that from her? She paid for that. I don't know. That's well outside my wheelhouse. I have no idea.
No, I'm not, like, I'm just super curious. I'm not abreast of what's in the FAMU code of conduct, but I would love to see it. I have a couple of friends that work at FSU, but not at FAMU. I was going to say, did she actually break the laws or what the rules are for a student? And now what actually can they do? But yeah, I think people want to speculate, people saying all kinds of stuff. So we don't have any proof, and it's all alleged that her degree could be withheld. We're not sure. I've not ever seen or touched a FAMU code of conduct for what her year was and what her program was. I don't know. Doug says, I believe the arbiter was pretty clear when he used the description of Jezebel that set the tone for his comment if he's using it from the biblical. I understood that to be how he's using it too. Thank you, Doug. Doug said, I don't know what y'all talking about.
Did you see what the arbiter put? Because he did another.
Let me go down a little bit further. This is Normal 22. Yeah. I see similar images on a daily basis. This is standard society these days. WAP is the example. Whoa. Yep. All right, here we go. The arbiter says, I have all the respect in the world for HBCU educated women, but can we even imagine a woman from Howard? Ooh, you want all the smoke, or Hampton or Oklahoma doing this in front of their alma mater?
Hell to the no.
I got a button for you, Suzette. You want to hear it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Lord, he just hit me all left and across the face, all in the face. Oh my gosh. She was representing. Ouch. Tell us.
I mean, seriously though, could you imagine someone from Harvard or UPenn doing the same thing?
No, yeah, but he's comparing it to other black colleges as well.
And he used Oklahoma since I went OU. And
Oh,
absolutely
okay,
not.
yeah, okay, but
Yeah,
wow.
or
Absolutely
Cambridge or
not.
Oxford for that matter. Let's take the race out of it. Like you come to
No,
these esteemed
absolutely.
institutions, you can't
If
do
they
that.
did, it would stay on their phone. It would never be a post and saying like, "Hey, world, look at what I did." Like it's too. I don't know. It's just as you said. If you were really thinking about, first of all, you could have done it after they gave you a piece of paper. I was thinking like,
Yeah.
how could she have gotten around this? This is terrible. But I was thinking like, wouldn't you want the piece of paper first? Cleared all your debts, made sure
She
everything
wasn't
was good,
thinking. That's to
and
let you
then
know she
move
wasn't thinking.
and moved accordingly. Instead, she, again, it was a kind of like, oh, misjudgment is just not, it doesn't go far enough. As you guys have kind of pointed out, if you had any kind of modicum of like real, I don't know, deference to academia.
They don't care
Like,
about nothing. I mean, they don't care about our race. They don't care about our heritage. They don't care about the institution. They don't care about nothing. I mean, and this is something that Mr. Mecca, he was on. Shout out to Math Hoffa and his show over there. I forget the name of his podcast. It escapes me. My expert opinion. Mecca was saying that the new currency, like attention clout, is the new currency. Right, that is just screaming for attention. Look at me, look at me, look at me, look at me. Not look at the degree I've earned. Not look at my master's. Look at this ass.
No, look at this fat ass.
Thank you.
DJ, go. Lord have mercy. But it is a serious thing that, again, if she had, was saying that is excellence, I'm just, again, where is she drawing that from? The role models?
I'm sorry. Maybe she is, and that's another problem.
Yeah.
Maybe who are her role models? Who was she looking up to? Were they out there popping it too? Was mama and grandma in the club with her?
Yeah,
Is
that's
mom
what
and
lost in terms of what is a traditional standard of how one views appropriateness and time and place.
Oh, I'm sorry. One more thing before because I'll forget. Having gone to the universities and stuff like that, how many of us can remember that when fraternities or sororities have been doing things like hazing or whatever, they've been punished, they've been kicked off the yard, they've been suspended. There have been consequences for things that they have done, particularly if they did them on the university's campus. Even if they paid money to the frat houses and all that, they kind of forfeited those things. I think the same is true here. Now I'm praying, and again, if she, man, thinking.
Go ahead.
Because again, also being a member of a sorority, I'm thinking, okay, we don't represent our organizations this way. I don't know if she's a part of a.
That'd be interesting to know, though, if
Oh my
she's a
God.
part of a Greek letter organization. Yeah, that'd be interesting because I'm like,
I
how
would
would they handle it? They might have worse consequences than if school at this point.
she might be a member of Whole Fire Ho Incorporated.
Stop, DL. I'm not gonna laugh at that.
It's a little funny. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Doug says we are already living in chaos. It's too late. Oh, Lord. Thank you, Boom. Appreciate you. Feeling good tonight. Thank you so much. Let me see. Random Stuff says, how was vacation? Did you get that book? No. I had a wholesome, and I ain't posted. Hello. I put it on my Patreon.
See, the real ones coming out now. They're coming out now, girl. They know you back.
No, but listen now. It was a proper bathing suit, only accessible areas of my body.
Listen, let me give you some advice, sis. When you defending yourself, don't let your voice get too high. That's a giveaway. No, like, she did that. She did that.
That is so true. That is a tale.
It was a very modest rub down.
Girl, you gotta keep the cards close like this. Girl, keep the cards close.
It wasn't like what y'all see on Instagram when they got that whole booty like in a. Look, I'm like, who puts that? What are you doing? What are you doing, ma'am? Tooted him and rubbing, and I'm like, no. Outside on the bamboo, on the raft. No, it was much, much more. Which as a conservative, thank you very much. But thanks for asking Random Stuff. Let me see. Doug says, nah, Hampton doesn't play that. Woo! And, Hampton University PD doesn't play that either. Okay. Sandy says, "Hey, her degree was earned, so no, she should not." Ooh. So she shouldn't not be allowed to graduate. Okay, get what you're saying. So it's like double negative. So she shouldn't.
I disagree with that because again, you need to pay for something.
So we're saying, Sister TJ, we're saying fine her before she can get that degree. Is that what we're saying?
I would suspend her or suspend and maybe put it off for a year or something.
I'm about to say the only thing they could do is
suspend
elongate the time.
Yeah, suspend it.
I'm trying to
so instead of and I don't even know if that's an option, but say you won't graduate this year, you satisfy the requirements, but you'll graduate next year.
Come take like a course in like some kind of personal responsibility or something. I don't know. Yeah, it's a touchy thing to not give someone a degree that has spent the money and done all the coursework. But again, if she has broken the rules, there are consequences. Let me see who else is in the chat. I see you, SuzetteSpeaks, on fire. Let me back up a little bit. Yes, Miss AKA Lady, I agree. Culture is everywhere. So yes, I think it can happen almost anywhere. I agree. This is one school, one HBCU, but I think this happens a lot, but it's just not recorded or not put out on social media. See, I seen a Instagram of a poor, I said she was a freshman. I don't know her, allegedly, and she was being tossed in the air by a couple Q dogs, and I was like, "Ma'am, you ain't even started yet." And
next time you do that, you gotta put the air quotes up. She was getting tossed in the air by some Omegas. Oh, we know what time it is now. We know what time it is.
It
was a dance that turned into an aerial dance that I was like,
wonder where she landed.
No,
yikes.
Poor freshman. Like, no, I know everyone has to go through this phase, but I was like, golly. And then people in the comments, the comments are very kind of crass and kind of off the wall. And they were like, she don't even know that's not what she went there for. And then people were responding, but that is precisely what she went there for. And I'm like, y'all don't know this little girl. This is like, the first step show on the yard and all that. And it's exciting.
Those were the days.
Girl, I ain't gonna go there, but yes, let's see.
Again, there's no evidence.
And exactly.
Thank you. It's like Naughty by Nature said, man, you do your dirt all by your lonely. Keep that in the closet where it belongs.
Not these days. They put everything out there now. John Taylor says, I agree with the arbiter's last comment. I think that's why the FAMU leadership feels compelled to snatch the degree. The world class adds another act of pointless rebellion. Thank you for your opinion.
But rebelling against what though? I mean, I get it though. I think it's
about that on the panel before that there's like a rebelliousness against, I guess, maybe traditional values.
A true rebel without a cause. We just rebelling to be rebelling.
Yeah, I'm not gonna put words in his mouth. He can come in and explain it or put it in the chat. Ebony says some of us don't respect our own. Doug says, I wish you would try that at Hampton's campus. It would have been shut down in minutes during the photo shoot if you actually took place on campus. Would you say Hampton PD would have been up on her? Hey, Sir Hale, how are you? Sir Hale Speaks in the building. Glad to have you. Yes, I'm glad to see you. Saying greetings to everybody in the chat. Where was the security? It looked like a kind of late night photo, just the way it was dark, and like that could have been added after.
Where was security? They was standing there watching. What do you mean where they were?
Y'all, we gonna put respect on FAMU. Y'all, we gonna put respect on
security. Was there like this. They was there like this, like, yeah, girl, giving her ideas. Yeah,
nobody saw it. We don't
grab your ankles, girl. Yeah, you should try that. Grab your ankles.
No idea. Nobody probably was there and didn't know and didn't intervene because they didn't see it. But okay, we don't want to make assumptions. Doug says the Black woman's physique is excellence, hands down, the most superior. That's what she meant. I hear you. So the beautiful derriere, plump and nice and all of that. She was saying my physique is excellence.
But Suzette, they ain't got no cameras on that campus. They didn't see her walking around with her robe or her ankles in the air, whatever she was doing. They didn't see that. Security ran down in them little buggies, man. They was in them golf courses. They couldn't get down there fast enough with them phones.
You know what? You're so funny. Hey, Canadian. Thank you, Canadian, for Nigeria, for saving me from somebody else's commentary. Let me bring you up, sir. How are you?
I'm doing okay. How you doing, my sister,
I
my brothers
love it.
in here?
You don't brought the swag with you tonight. I like it.
My wife made these, so
I like it.
I'll represent. I'm gonna take
Okay.
it into my elder TJ. How you doing?
Okay.
Hello, greetings.
Yeah, I had to show
Was
respect no matter what. I
I
saw
love
that
it.
article the first time, read it at least 5 times, and the first thing came to my mind is, wow. So how do you deflect this issue with the new generation?
Oh God.
Hmm.
Mhm.
When we've been saying this for far too long, what you project the world sees, they
Mm,
go put a tag on and expect this is what you expect from the new generation.
mm, mm. So no matter what, go ahead, finish your thought. I'm sorry.
The thing is, I try not to be too harsh on my judgment of things, but I always ask this question: where are the gatekeepers in the community?
Mm,
What are they doing?
mm,
Because when you lose your gatekeepers who keep things in line, keep things in place, this is what you have in return. Yet every culture have their bad apple. But how far did they let it get out of hand? When I saw that, I showed it to my wife. I say, honey, this is a woman who just graduated from college, got a degree in education, and she projected that. I'm wondering what schools, what education institution going to hire her without receiving massive backlash to say, this the person we're bringing to our class want to teach my young boys and girls to do the same exact thing? Is this what you're representing? Some people, oh, the people, yeah, they're going to hire her. Hire her and do what? Already, the country as a whole becoming a laughing stock right now for the
mm,
past 6, 7 years.
mm.
And I wasn't too surprised because I tell people this: try and live outside this country and hear what people say about this country. Look back the past 10, 15 years and look at what's going on right now. What do you think they think about what's going on with the country? What the mindset, the view, they think? How black women and black men conduct themselves? They say, this is the best that you promote? This
I
is
don't
your
think they
very
really think about it.
best?
It's sad because again, how African Americans are portrayed outside of this country is a serious issue. I don't
Serious?
think that actually could be a show in of itself.
Serious? I understand no culture is perfect. My culture as well, I tell
Mm-mm,
people all the time, it's not as simple as you think. There's the level of pride to the family name that people hold on to. If you're coming from a prominent African family, if you do such a thing like this,
oh no. Oh no. Yeah, because you still, as you put it, have gatekeepers. You have expectations. Yeah, no. Oh no.
you lose your inheritance if you come from a prominent family. You get exiled. You're no longer allowed to carry the family last name. You no longer
Mm-mm.
speak the family last name.
Mm-mm.
Whatever type of connection you're supposed to get within that community, you got
Mm-mm.
completely disconnected. You consider to be
You're
discarded line.
shunned. Yeah, you're
You're
shunned.
you're beyond sure. You're exile.
Yeah.
Be gone. Disappear. Do not come back here. If you come back here, you see the cutlass head? It will go
Rough.
up in the air, it will come down. Now that's
But that's why
African
people stay
mindset.
in line. Absolutely. Yeah,
Now the Middle
expectation.
East, you already see what's going on in the middle. There's a guy who going to jail for honor killing his two daughters because they were talking to black people or dating.
Mm,
The Middle Eastern people from the Islamic region,
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
they do not hesitate to enact the correction.
Hmm. Mm-mm,
I'm
mm-mm.
telling people, people from cultural background that have been dated back for more than thousands of years,
Yes.
they have gatekeepers just to make sure the chaos don't go beyond
Yeah, they don't go certain
control.
places. Let me get a response from a couple. I know TJ might have to go.
I know. I'm
TJ,
about to make some Jewish people, and you ain't gonna take that from Jewish folks.
no, I'm glad. I'm grateful for your insight and perspectives. TJ, I know you're gonna go in a little bit. I wanted you, Miss AKA lady, say, she can't be Greek. Uh, mm,
Man, If she is, I can guarantee that their headquarters or grand chapters or whatever, oh, it's gonna be handled.
Yeah. Yeah. I hope for her sake. I don't know. I can kind of see that going not so good if that's the case. But your final comments, CJ. I know it's late and you might have to drop down. Any other comments you want to share?
No, I mean, thank you for having me again. I think it goes to, Canadian Born talked about the gatekeepers, and it's interesting. I'm getting ready to have a conversation with some ladies who are from the Divine Nine in the next couple of days to talk about standards of class and dignity and sophistication.
Mm,
And we're going to have sororities from all the four sororities in different age groups, at different pledge at different times, to talk about how
wow.
things have changed. Because again, I still am mindful of how I carry myself because I am a Delta.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm a Black woman. I'm a Delta. I'm an educator. I'm the legacy of Joseph Jones. So I mean, but we need to get that back to these young ladies. And again, say, don't just think about the now,
Yeah.
because in a few years you're gonna have a family, and then when your kid comes to you and you're gonna be crying, having to
Mm.
explain to them why you did something like that.
Yeah, I found your mama on the line. Look at your mama. Like I
Yeah,
don't think they think 20 years, 30 years. Like there's not that thought as we're kind of pointing out sometimes. And
yeah,
I applaud you. I can't wait to see that show to hear when that impartation is happening from one generation to another. That used to be custom.
yeah,
And now we have to literally try to create spaces where that flow of knowledge and wisdom and self-understanding, flows from this is what I learned my, thank God, 50, 60 years, 70 years. Here what you can glean from me, even though you have 20, 30, 40, you know what I'm saying? Like that transferal, I feel like when it comes to relationships, when it comes to, carrying yourself, when it comes to business, it is so spotty right now. And I think we lose because you spend a lifetime trying to learn the lessons and some of them you learn the hard way. And
yes,
I'm grateful for, your platform. Y'all go over to TJ Randolph. If you wouldn't mind, RM, you could please drop the link for TJ's channel so that people could check out that show because I'd love to see that. Again, there are people that are open to learning and listening. And I always hear that generation don't want to listen to nobody. No, I don't think that's
yeah. There's some,
everybody, but you definitely want to offer it and let he or she who wants it take from that well, but it has to be offered hopefully in love, with some, what should I say, chastising when needed. But yeah, it definitely has to at least be offered. Like, here's the standard. Y'all do what y'all doing, but this is the standard. This is how we think about womanhood. This is why we think about womanhood this way. And then the conversations could get deeper and hopefully more enlightening for those who just think it's them and their
yeah,
bodies and what they look like now. I'm a hot girl and I'm ready to you know be body positive and express myself in all kinds of ways, but not thinking about, again, the reflection on you is not what you think it is. The reflection of
absolutely.
you is kind of lost in translation sometimes. And what other people think. I know people are like, "Oh, I don't care what anyone else thinks."
You think that now, but
When
that
you
will
need that
change.
job, unless you're self-made,
It will change.
you're gonna have to think about. Go ahead, Canadian born Nigerian.
I'm gonna go ahead and go.
All
Thank you
right,
for
TJ.
having
No,
me
you can
up.
go. When you
Take
say
care.
body image,
Check in. The serious yourself. Check her out. Thank you so much again.
when you say body image, I remember when I was still going to a particular church in Queens, New York, and I went to my sister wedding, and I explained to them the Nigerian culture of wedding, right?
Hmm.
Because I've been to a lot of Nigerian weddings, and I see people from other ethnic groups come and see our wedding and see our event, and they be
No, I get it. I've been to a couple Nigerian weddings. Hey.
like, one time, like, what is this? Oh, you're talking about when you see men fully clothed, taking their money, spending the
Yes,
money
the
on fully
spray,
clothed.
baby. The spray. The
But here's the
spray.
trick. But here's the trick. These women are fully clothed.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
They
I'm talking
have
about
they
regal.
I'm talking
Mm,
about they look like they're royalty, well
yes.
tailor-made African outfit, and
Yes.
people are spending money on those
Yeah.
kinds of women.
Yes.
No one there is butt naked, mind you.
Not tooting the booty, not
I
doing
was,
anything
I'm
else.
telling you once again.
No holy pa.
Understand,
And it's a
understand this thing.
classy gyration, you know. It's a classy,
What?
like it's a little bit of hip, little bit of
What?
hip, baby hip,
You know what?
baby hip.
Do you know what it's like to be no top an event and you see not one, not two, not 20, but 30 high class, high level men in society and women of society, and they see you, they like your outfit, they like how you carry yourself. They ain't gonna do this. They'll take a whole water just wow. Another one come in
Yeah.
there. Wow. By the time this all thing going on, she don't bring over 30, 40, 50 grand already. Um,
Yeah.
ladies
Yeah.
and gentlemen, she make way more than a stripper in one night without taking off her clothes. Uh, is it that they tell
Lot
you?
of mercy, lot of mercy. But I hear you. The gatekeeper comments, the understanding of when it is appropriate, the sharing of knowledge from one generation to another. You know, trying to mitigate that breakdown. DL, were
Yeah.
you gonna add something?
Yeah, and the arbiter was saying in one of his chats, where did the baton drop? You know what I mean? And that's, you know, people, we kind of act like a society, we don't know where it happened. I mean, it happened with everybody gets a trophy. It happened with timeout. When we took the parents' authority to discipline their children away, this is what we end up with. You feel me? So when you're looking at this, we're talking about tradition. Tradition is having this knowledge passed down from generation to generation. It's not passed down anymore. These kids are wild. These kids are out of control. We got this grown woman who was a wild kid, and now she out here doing this. And then you know like body positivity and all this, man. That's all crazy talk right there, man. And this is again when people. I've been trying to figure out where the guys like from the red pill world, like where do they come from? Why are they rushing to the red pill today more than ever, right? And it's think about it. This woman, this young beautiful sister right here, she probably got a bunch of dudes she finessing. She running the FAMU. Got these guys these good men who are really into her, and they all get broken to some extent, and then they come over to the red pill, and all women are like her. All women are trash. All Western women are garbage. We're hearing this over and over again. So where is it coming from? This is the problem that no one is talking about, right? They want to jump on the red pill. They want to jump on the content, and they want to say all these negative things about these men who are simply trying to figure it out. But again, there's no accountability on the other side. No one's pointing to these women who are out here face down, ass up to just any old body, running the FAMU, right? Doing this body positivity, wherever it is.
What is that for moves?
Oh, I gotta send you some content. That's the Tate. Shout out to the Tate brothers. Shout out to Andrew Tate.
I want to respond. I'm like, what is that for moves?
Well, the thing is like it's a finesse, but they say FAMU. Like we run the FAMU. We're gonna run everything, and so
running game.
you're gonna run game. So, ladies, men, right? Forget if it's the chicken first or the egg, chicken first, whatever it came from. Forget all that. Right? It's time to be accountable for your actions. If you a simp type dude who throwing all your money at these 304 type chicks, you need to be accountable for what just happened to you. If this is the woman you run in, putting your time and investing your energy into that woman, and she's not bringing you any value and she's sucking you dry, literally, money wise, I'm talking about. Right? Don't get mad when it don't work. Don't get mad when Uncle Saint run up on her and it's like, all right, let's make this happen.
Yeah, okay. I wanted to acknowledge what you just said, and I hear that opinion. I hear it. I'm digesting it. Wanted to make sure you saw Kalichi salute you for your.
Oh yeah, I sent him back. Just a combat medic. That man right there is a real saint. I don't care. They talk about airborne and all that high speed stuff I did. Guess what? When the paratroopers land on the ground screaming because he got holes in him, you know who comes and pulls him out? It's combat medics. Shout out to you, Kalichi, for real. That's real talk right there.
Wonderful, showing love. But your point is well taken. I'm digesting what you're saying. You're saying there's a reason why people become red pill. I hear you. And this is an example when people are not held accountable. I hear you. Rosalind, I see you. Doug, a couple people said, don't let her walk the stage. Just mail her the diploma. She don't get to have that moment. Sandy says she didn't commit a crime. We all know the drug dealer that was on campus paying for the crime. Y'all are so no chill. No chill.
That is facts.
Hey.
1998, BMCT, Bowman Community College, I spoke to a girl who very educated. Know what she told me? Her sugar daddy is the guy who's not going to school, but he make the bread. But she want to tell me what he do for a living. So put two and two together.
There it is. Miss AKA is saying no one took away my authority to discipline my children. Let your kids tell somebody that they could be lying. Let them kids say you put your hands on them and watch what happens. Society coming into your house.
Say that, yeah, doggy discipline. There's gonna be a very, very, yeah, I kind of agree with that. That you got to be careful. You got to discipline them from early, because if they get big and then you try to spank them or do anything like that, it's a wrap. And if they say it, it's a wrap. It depends.
You ain't even got to spank them. Take their game away from them. Take their, their Xbox or whatever away from them, and they'll be on the phone telling 911 you done hit them with something.
Oh no! Oh no! We don't play. We gotta end the tree when
let me talk about that part, because you don't want to try that with the African family. African family look in the face.
My mom. Let me
witnessed tell you what my mom has said to me when I was little.
Go ahead.
What you heard about?
I think we cut from the same
you
cloth.
Call the police on me? Oh yeah, make you go pack your bag.
We were so afraid to call.
Get prepared. When you call the police, tell the police to take you to your new house. You don't go come back here. Eh? If you come back here into this house again with that shenanigan,
no.
If the Lord don't stop me, I will give you heaven and hell on the spot. Okay?
You see, Dio, when I talked about in the shows those summers in Jamaica, that's what those summers in Jamaica were for.
I mean, and there are always going to be people, like I discipline my daughter. You know what I mean? It's all about that. But the point is, I get your point. I got a friend of mine, real quick, a quick little story. She's Latina, beautiful woman. I'm not going to say her name. She has, single mom, has a couple kids. She's an amazing mom. Her oldest daughter once went on a little tangent because she wants to be like her little friends and get out here and run her mouth at her mom, right? Like she white. Oh, and you dealing with a real Latina, right? And what the little girl said was, I don't want to live here anymore. You're not my type. You don't love me, or I don't love you, something like that. She was like, y'all won't live here no more. So to CBN's point, she went and packed up her daughter's clothes in a couple bags, put them in the car, put her daughter in the car, drove through the neighborhood, pulled up at a house, and her daughter was like, what's this? She was like, that's your new family. You said you didn't want that's your new family. Oh, when the waterworks started, she was like, nah, go on. You said you want another family. You don't love me anymore. You don't want to be with us. That's your new family. We called them. They said they'll take you in. They want you. They'll let you have the ice cream or whatever it was she wanted and she couldn't have. So just go. Oh, don't you know she was trying to pull that child out the car? She was holding on to the seats. Yes.
Before the child development people come through the chat and be like, y'all are evil and traumatizing these children and whatnot. We have different techniques that people use to get their children to comply and respect. Authority. Listen,
let me tell my personal story. Comply? What was it? I was in the 5th grade and I was acting up.
Oh, Lord.
What did my mom did to me? Oh, you going on vacation. Little did I know, when I'm on the plane, my uncle used to work for Nigeria Airlines. So I went from economy class to first class, right? When I look at the ticket, I realize something.
One way.
No way. There you go. There you go. When I knew it was one way, no, it was no vacation. I was stuck for 5 years in a country whereby when you go to school.
She left you there for 5 years? You must have really been acting up.
No. That is a normal thing for old school African parents.
Wow.
You know, when the kid is getting out of hand and they're following their American friends, they can like, this how we act in our family. They go, say you go on a vacation to calm down. That vacation is one way ticket to discipline school. So when you go to African school, you don't wear the proper uniform, you get the ass whoop. If your uniform's not ironed neatly, you get the ass whoop. If you're late to class, you get your ass whooped.
We see a pattern. If you
didn't pass your test, you get your ass whooped.
I don't like this. I don't like you, cousin at the people.
You don't do your homework, you get your ass whooped. You fight in the class, you get your ass whooped and whooped and whooped. You don't play over there. No. You call the cop. Here's how Nigeria act. The cop will whoop you first. The school will whoop you second.
Yeah.
And whoever taking care of you whoop you third. You get a trifecta. Okay?
I can hear
you don't do that in America.
People.
You come
Stop
to
normalizing abuse.
We gonna normalize that. I hate to do this to you, love, but I gotta go. I gotta get up
Oh,
in the
I want to
morning.
wrap up, take
I
final
I
comments
I had,
before
I
you
had to be a
go.
comedian in this part because only you understand people cultures. My culture's
Yes.
not as bad as the Japanese or the Chinese. I would see my Chinese classmate when he got a B and cold sweat came down his forehead, everything. I said, "You go to higher the class. He said, B is not allowed in our home."
Uh,
So, until I
no, no,
told
no.
his
Yeah, no,
dad,
that was my family. I
and
was
they're like this.
traumatized when I got B's.
They're like this.
Um, DL, final comments before you go. Thank you for hanging out.
Yeah, yeah, it's my pleasure. I'm glad you're back. All I want to say is this, like, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, we're in it now. You guys want to know what it looks like in the end times? We are here. This is it. It is up to us to bring it back. You know what I mean? When we're talking about the sexual marketplace, when we're talking about dating, we both need to be accountable, right? You dudes, you hardcore red pill dudes, stop being weird. All right, stop being weird, and it's gonna work out for you. For you women, stop being 304s. You just can't. I'm gonna sneak off to New York. I'm gonna sneak off to Miami, be a 304 like this hot girl summer. Y'all need to stop. Y'all need to stop because guess what? We're watching. We're watching. You know what I mean? So, hey, you want to put on that uniform? You want to be a 304? I'm gonna let you be a 304 because the ghetto boys said it best. Gotta let a hoe be a hoe. And that's all I gotta say about that.
On that note, I appreciate you being on tonight, DL. Keeping me on my
Anytime.
toes as always. I appreciate you. I see you soon. Take care. Talk to you soon. Lot of mercy. I don't know what kind of public service announcement that was. My brother gonna speak his mind, as I allow everyone to do on the Suzette
Whew.
Speak show. But it is getting a little late. I'm gonna
I
talk
know. I'm
to
gonna ask,
Canadian
should
Born
I
for a
give it
little
in
bit
my
more.
normal voice or in my African voice? Which
Oh,
kind of
either
voice should I
whichever.
give?
I'm gonna read a few more. Thank you, DL. I'll read a few more comments. I didn't get to Rosalind. Thank you again, Rosalind, for the gift. Says Canadian David is right. Ruin your reputation for what? Again, I would like to hear maybe some other women. I think we've heard from the gentleman and Miss TJ. Um, the arbiter says, "What's the point of going to an HBCU with mandatory civil rights classes without learning the prestige and respect that previous generations died to defend?" Where did the baton drop? Good question. I'm so back. I'm gonna read a few more. Oh, these were from when TJ was on. Thank you. The debutante program really helped me. Yes, I was a debutante as well. Youth work is important. Absolutely. We got to make the time. We got to do what we need to do to help shape the young ones because we can be, thinking they have role models. Many of them do not, or they have pop culture role models. So you go into that one class of etiquette, you going to help that one step team and then do the life lessons afterwards and talk about college or talk about life and how ladies carry themselves. It's very important because if nobody says it, all they have is pop culture. All they have is what's really killing them softly. Kaliche says, David, absolutely correct. 100. I'm a Nigerian. Our names, especially your last name, are not yours. It belongs to your ancestors. That's huge. That's huge, huge, huge. Great point. The African attire is it? Yes, at the weddings, trust and believe. I've been to a few Nigerian weddings, and baby, I feel like I wear my little African. I got my 3 African outfits, and I feel shame. I
It's
feel
funny.
like
I gave my father-in-law 2 or 3 of mine because he would. You're not gonna believe it. I gave this man my African outfit, right?
yeah.
He went back to Trinidad. That's okay. Give my son-in-law a gift. I'm like, oh my god.
No, they see they're excited, but like I think no, I got one of mine from I think she's from Ghana. Gave it to me. It fit me like a
Okay,
glove.
that's our rival. Ghana is our
Yes, I know.
rival. When it comes to culture and food,
Everything,
I should tell
jollof, all of
Chicago,
that, all of
I
the
should tell
rice.
Chicago, do not start the Jollof war again, please. Let
No,
it
no
go.
jollof was talk right now.
Don't do
They
it.
say Black David is awesome. All right, we talking about yes, passport discipline. A part of discipline is building character, teaching lessons, and instilling values. Is not always corporal. That point, very valid. I have issues with a couple of people in my life where I'm not going to name, but I'm like, we've had this discussion where it's like, at what point, if certain things aren't working, we got to employ new techniques. And they don't always have to be corporal, but we got to let them know you respect mommy, you respect daddy is not your world. You're not the only person in the world. And you got to love your neighbor, be neighborly. But it's sometimes people get away with a lot when they're young, and then it's hard to bring them back. And then you get adults that you're kind of like weary of. Um, Jamaican families take kids back to Jamaica and beat them. No lies were told. Sandy Debbie says the baton dropped when parents had a problem with people in the tribe. Ooh, disciplining their kids. I hear you. There was a shift. Yeah, you don't want them to say anything. I've seen this to little kids dressed as adults or using slick comments and grown conversation. Uh-oh, we're gonna step on toes if we open that door. We're not gonna be here that long.
Oh, that door
This
been open. Like
has been
you
an
get in the room.
evolution. Great comments, guys. Thank you for your feedback, your ideas, your thoughts on this case. So yeah, we're gonna take a few more comments, and Canadian-born Nigerian going to let me know what he thinks is gonna be the outcome. Or maybe we could go to solutions. Like, are we lost like DL or whoever else in the chat was like, yo,
I
we're
I
gone already.
I
It's
don't say this because I sit in the other panel and people think I'm just trying to put people down, but I think we need to, practically speaking, take our emotion out of our chest first, because many times we hear to respond,
yeah,
but we don't
yeah,
listen to understand.
yeah.
When I
I agree
explain
with
to
that.
people to look at other culture that almost tight-lit, no culture is perfect. Number one, this is not. People are trying their best to make it better each and every day. But if you look at these community whereby they not only circulate their resources, circulate their dollar, they make sure nobody put this community down with some shenanigan. You got to think about what did they take very serious. In Africa, we take our last name very serious. Like they say, it's not your name; it's your ancestor. They have a lineage. They have a level of respect. When you put shame on that name, there are repercussions for that. The Japanese culture, the Chinese culture are no different from us, but it's more on the extreme level. Honor, honor the big thing to them. If you don't have honor, then what?
Mm.
So when we have a community that have no integrity, no self-respect, no dignity, what do you think you have left?
Well, that's a good word. That's a good word, brother. That's a good word.
That
I want to plug my girls' channel since we
43.
are already talking about this. RM, my fabulous moderator, is hosting her own channel too. And if you want to see, as she put here, old school, this is for y'all that like that old school femininity, natural beauties with natural bodies. Okay, sis. Okay for your your commitment. Thank you. If
I'm
that's
down
what
for it
you
1,000%.
listen, I want to
Natural.
support her because again,
No
she is
mechanical body. You don't go into the mechanic. You don't fix your
not
eye, you
gonna
fix your chest, you fix your backside. What are we gonna fix? Your eardrum? We don't need all that though.
There's so much I can say about that, but I'm winding down. You see, I'm getting a little tired. It's getting late, y'all. It's about
It's fine.
11:20 on the East Coast tonight. I
I'm
will
in the
be
East Coast.
coming
I'm
on a
in
little bit
Brooklyn.
later than I normally would. I think I got to start my shows now around 8. And again, Wednesday, Thursday, I'm looking at Wednesday, Thursday, Saturdays. Because Monday, Tuesday is just not going to be possible for me right now. Got a
No.
lot on my plate. RM, thank
If
you
you
for
if you're in
dropping
the East
your channel.
Coast, if you're in the East Coast and you're near New
Yes.
York City, you know you're going to hell, right?
Oh, wait, yeah, yeah,
You're going to a lot. So
yeah. I feel like okay, yes, please subscribe to my little channel. Oh, you ain't no little channel girl. And then thank you again, RM. I'll talk to you offline and some movement on some editing and things like that. Ebony says I was in Ghana in 2019, and even the women in the market were well dressed. That's a word. That's a very big word.
I've been telling people
Um,
don't sleep on Ghana. Ghana is
no,
no
Ghana got
joke.
that vibe though. I feel like yeah, a lot of
What?
us
Vibe?
on the West Coast, especially we have excuse me, West Coast, I mean West Indian, have a lot of Ghanaian roots and other roots. And
I'm not surprised. In the
yeah,
past
no,
10 years, more
yeah.
than 4 to 7,000 African Americans have left the country and moved to Ghana. One in particular from Brooklyn, she's a Jamaican, she's a yachty.
And
She
she went to Ghana
moved,
to live.
not only lived, she ran a food truck business with highly successful. She brought her family over to visit. Next, you know, the whole entire family completely left Brooklyn and they're now living in Ghana, living
Wow,
their best life. I be telling people, look up this guy YouTube channel. It's called Wade Maya. The
what
guy
in
is a
Maya?
Ghana boy. He's a village boy from Ghana who's been
Wow,
all over Africa, showcasing the true beauties of Africa.
Yeah,
What's been going on for the
the
past
real
15
Africa.
years?
Mm-hmm.
People keep looking down on Africa like, oh, they ain't shit. No, you think it's shit to a
No,
country.
Akon been trying to tell us, y'all, everybody that this is not, the
Did anybody
impoverished,
know this? That
hungry.
10 of the billionaires in four top lists are from
Yes.
Africa?
Yes, absolutely. And one is a woman, I saw. Jamaicans have been living in Africa. Yes, you find, especially our brothers and sisters in the Rastafari, but not just only Rastafarian. A
Don't go
lot
to
of
my
people
country.
that,
Go to Ghana first. Visit
yeah.
a couple of times.
My
See what's
mom has
going
been.
on.
I've never been. I've been to only South Africa. I've never been to any other place in West Africa so far. It's on the bucket list. But hopefully I get to.
Please make it a true bucket list. Check it out
Yeah.
first. I promise you, you will find that you can invest in there and also go over there as well. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
so
you.
this is the channel he's referring to, y'all. I'm gonna go check it out.
Yes.
Wode Maya. That's how you spell
She
it.
know what I'm talking about.
Okay,
I
I'm gonna
spoke to the
check it
guy
out.
live, and I broke out what's going on over here because he want to know what's going on between the African diaspora out here at when, and
Yes.
I told him it's been a long term thing dated back in the late 70s, 80s.
Oh yeah.
And I had to break it down.
Yeah,
Some
no.
people who haven't
Like
been out
there's
here
been
don't know that.
exchange. I tell people all the time the same thing with America and the West Indies. We want to act as if Jamaica's always stayed in Jamaica and that there was no exchange of any Central American island or even South American African diaspora between us and the United States and even Canada. There was so much. We were in one what should I say, resistance movement. It was like this is the Marcus Garvey Pan Africanism because he was like all of us belong to Africa. So this idea now of like segmented. I was even watching, and I was thinking about doing a show on it. I was watching, or I think it was some kind of headline about California finally looking at possibly doing reparations. But now when
Yeah,
they're
I
collecting
read the article about that.
yes, and they're only collecting
They talk
data
about it
for
on other
people who
channel
are
on YouTube.
American descendants of slaves. I'm like, but I was a descendant of slaves in the Western Hemisphere, but they're only again maybe they're rightful. I think there's an argument to be made both ways, whether you must have been a slave on U.S. soil to get reparations. But it's very interesting, like characterizing now who is black and how black,
That's why you have
basically.
the ADOS and you have
Yes. Not
the
not in these like
FBA.
these general ways of which we describe it here on YouTube, but like, can you prove that your
DNA.
family was enslaved here or brought
They'll go
here?
by DNA. They go have to go by DNA. That's
Yeah,
the
it's very
first
interesting.
option.
So I want to see how California, I think it might be a model or maybe not,
Yeah, but
depending on how
it will
well
take a
it
couple of years.
works.
Trust me, it will take a couple of years before you come to
Yeah, because I was
realize.
like, how is this gonna be? How's this gonna look? And if you're mixed, if you have one parent, I guess you can prove, I guess, that one side.
This is
You
why
qualify.
beside Ghana, there's other African countries that invite people to come back and notice your root. But the thing is about Ghana, they did it first. They want you to come, bring your talent, bring your spirit, bring your education, assimilate, and help build.
Yeah.
Now, there are multiple African countries that found that would work. What Maya have been showing that on his channel all across the African continent.
Wow,
The
Woody
type of
Maya. Y'all see the channel on there in the bottom. Go check it out. I'm
3
gonna go
years
check it out
worth
like right
of
after this.
content. Don't take my word for it. You watch it for your damn self. You take note of what you observe and what you see
Yeah.
and what
And the contrast of what he shows you versus what you see on the news and in mainstream media. I hear you.
it,
Guys, we're gonna
it's
wrap up.
amazing.
Ebony says, yes, every black person should go to Africa, i.e. Ghana. It will change your life. Yeah. I like my mom never stops talking about that. She went with a church group, a pastor who actually gave me that outfit, was from Ghana, and she took a whole group of elders. And I was like, why y'all didn't tell us, like, bruh, like
No,
we
you
could
know the
go?
past few years, a lot of YouTubers who went to Africa, they kept it tight lit and they showed after some on
Yes.
Facebook doing the same thing. They realized it was so much more than what it is. So they're now trying to understand their deep root. I've been telling
Yeah.
people, don't go there till you go there at a vacation to check things
But
out.
let me
Look
ask you
and
this, and
see.
we're gonna go. Do they respect? Would they marry? Would they connect beyond a hi, you're welcome to be here with an American?
I'll be honest with you right now. The new generation are doing that. The old
Okay.
generation was not doing that at
They was
all.
not
So
welcoming. Mm-hmm.
it wasn't. There was a thing called akata people have been talking about, and people don't know what the true definition. Now, I lived there for 7 years. First time 2 years, second time 5 years. I talked to an aunt of mine to know what the meaning of the word akata. Is that
Akata.
Yoruba? Akata is based on a Yoruba language,
Uh-huh.
ancient Yoruba language. It took me years to find the definition, she brought it out to me and told me it means animal. They were referring to African American people as animals. Now, there had to be another history behind it, which I've been trying to dig in. Some people say it happened something back in the 80s or 70s when the African American came out here over there, which I don't know what's the cause of it. I need to find the
Mm,
documentation for before I make assumption. I'm not going to make
yes.
stuff out of my head without
But
reading and
I
understand.
can I don't know what television and how much American culture was exported over there, but I
It's
think it
not
was
much, but it's
oh,
more Europe. It's more of the European. If you think about it, Nigerian
how
look
are
at
black people portrayed in European media?
it's it kind of different from America in a certain way. But now these days in Europe, we have a huge amount of African millionaire and billionaire compared to that in America, in huge growth
In Europe?
in Europe,
Hmm.
and they're doing business back and forth like crazy.
Hmm. There's so
So
much more. We might have to do a one-on-one, brother, on Africa and what's going on in Africa because I'm very interested in what
before
you have
you
to say.
put me in, get hold of Word in Mind, see if he can join him because he
Wode
got
Maya. I'm
He
gonna go
have
look him
he
up.
have a world of resource of information what's going on
Mm,
in Africa. He goes around. He even meet with some of the businessman, businesswoman, almost meeting the president. The only one I know who meeting president is William Martin. He meet the president of Ghana not once but twice, and he met
mm,
the people in the high government. Like he trying to make connection. People want to crap on people who doing the work, but don't know what's going on the inside and let you do it yourself. I live in
mm.
Nigeria, so I know what it's like out there. A
Yeah,
lot have changed. I got
yeah,
relatives there in high level and low level, but I'm not gonna mention the
yeah.
name. I do
No,
have
okay.
friends.
No, I'm excited because I think, again, what we're fed. That's why I asked how much American media are they exposed to, et cetera, because I think a lot of times
A
what
lot
an
of
African
a lot of
American
deception.
is is portrayed as is the Jerry Springer, is the Maury Povich,
I make it
is
simple.
the, you
They
know,
make money when we're divided.
yeah, exactly.
They
So
can't make
you
money when you're
think you're
united.
better than the person with the melanated skin from this part of the world because they don't value education like we do, or they. But again, why, as Reese the Red Dragon said one time on my show, why do you think they made Jerry Springer and played it 5 times a day? Like you had it in the morning, you had it in the noon, and had it in the nighttime to reinforce a certain um idea of who black men were, who black women. Even just now, I was watching a little game show, and I was like, "What is this saying about black people? Like this
And the funny thing,
overly
it doesn't affect us
animated."
African men. We African men, we know who we are. So when we tell the top of the media, we just laugh.
Yeah, no,
That's not
exactly. And
us.
I'm looking, you're like, okay, but I'm outside of those. Those are the Americans. No, but when I'm watching just even like game show night, whatever, and game show channels, sometimes when I'm bored and I'm looking at who they're choosing as contestants and how stereotypically they fall into these boxes. And I'm like, they chose this lady just so she can come out here and hoot and holler and be the black person that they want to show America, you know? And, could that be her real personality? Could it not? There's so much about, yes, thank you, RM,
Think about who
minstrel
control the media.
showism. Yeah, it's crazy.
That you got to look up. Who control the media? It's not
Exactly.
us.
No. And how many of us are allowed to be this type of black person versus what you're talking about, the businessman? That's why this one-on-one mentorship is so important, because if we wait on the little girl from wherever, Florida, to learn womanhood as we traditionally understand it, or self-respect, or just even the idea of this is what even at
And
your
this is why we
campus they
have
fought
too much
for.
division within the black
Yeah, let's
community.
look at another,
We have
they
the
don't want
African
people to know who they
American,
are. They don't want people to know who
you got
they
the
are.
African Caribbean who have their own community. Then you got the African immigrant who have their own community. So we know that we're not so much united, it's so divided. Only
Yeah.
certain people that I know that are leaving the African community, African American community, to learn more from the African community.
Yeah.
But they realize there's a deep level of culture and history, so they're not
Yes,
finding who
once
they
they
really are.
realize, exactly. If
It's not,
they're
it's
introduced
a
to
slow
African
process.
American culture properly, there's a respect there. I've seen that happen even in college and grad school and stuff. But if they're not introduced and they're put like at a HBCU, like living in a dorm that's like in the middle of the hood, then they're going to have the stereotypes that they've already been afraid to, see and not want to associate with. And it becomes me, I'm different. And it's crazy. That's why I'm even interested in the California experiment, because I want to know what percentage of people actually are descendant of American slave.
And
Like,
I'm a science
Even to
nerd.
the third and fourth generation, there have been Caribbean people. I have uncles, some of my grandpa's big brothers, the oldest of the bunch. They've been in California since the 20s. They were in England since the 20s. So you see yourself as African American, but you're not a descendant of American slavery. So it's very interesting. I really am
And that's
interested
the
to hear what
problem.
those numbers are.
When it comes to science,
Yeah.
to to get that thing down on black and white, it would take years. I'm sorry.
Yeah, because we're all, especially the American black person,
And
is a
and you dealing with
mixed.
and you dealing with the government. How much empathy they gonna put on that project that you're gonna move fast or move
Yeah.
slow?
Oh no, and just to clarify my comment just now, when you listen to like Henry Louis Gates and these people, they'll tell you that the American black person, there's only like say 25%, I can't remember exactly the amount, that are like pure African, that don't have any European blood or any other type of blood in their ancestry. But 75% of us in America have, some kind of, a mixed ancestry, if you want to call it that, from even, small drops to big drops. You know what I'm saying? So it's a very interesting way. Again, how do you? That's why race is a social construct, as they say.
I'm not a medical doctor on that level because it's so much science talk behind that level. It's
Yeah,
I watch it, I read it, I understand it, and I was like, this could be a big mess
yeah.
going
Well,
forward because
no, it's going to
everybody,
be interesting to unpack it. Again, it just was
you know how many
proposed.
Latino that doing that right now, and they realize, and majority of them coming from African descendant more than ever, and they're like, I didn't know, and I watched a lot of
No,
videos
but
with
I
people
mean,
who were
Obama
shocked.
came from African descendant. Like he wouldn't qualify for reparations. Do you understand? Like that kind of stuff. Because I'm like, who wouldn't really qualify? Colin
I
Powell wouldn't.
I wouldn't.
I'm
I would,
out.
I'm pure African. I'm pure African, grade A, no mix in me.
I'm like,
I came
can I
from,
marry an
I came,
African
no,
American?
technically I
Do I
came
get
from
what you?
African royalty. Technically, I came from African
Oh,
royalty,
did
but
you?
then again, like I
I'm trying to
said,
see, can I marry into the reparation?
no, no.
If I can marry into the reparation, I'm cool with that too. On a serious note, it's getting late, my brother. I'm gonna go ahead and let you
I'll let you
go.
go. It's fine. I'm
You know
just,
you're welcome up anytime. Y'all check out his channel. Let me make it
I'm
big.
trying to get up and running. My name is Canadian
Yes.
born Nigerian, aka Black David. You can find me on
Yay.
Facebook. You can find me on Instagram. You can find me on LinkedIn. I am legit for real on LinkedIn. Um, I'm bringing my channel up and running. I'm trying to think of what to put out there for you guys that was educational but more impactful. Yet I'm a computer junkie, but I'm a granddad and a dad, and I'm proud of it. Okay,
All right. Well, I appreciate you. Gave us a lot of food for thought. I am most definitely going to check out. Let me put it back up here. The Wode Maya
Maya,
channel. Thank you, RM.
please check
Uh,
him out.
this is got to be my next sub
Don't
like
take
right
my
now.
word for it. 3 years worth of content. You take the time, take the note, and start making note of what you observe. You'd be
Yeah,
surprised. We had a guy on Black Men on Filter channel who came on there. He in Shanghai did a business. He got a chicken farm in Kenya, and he's making money. And dude from Philly.
I love it. I'm sorry. I'm already looking at this. I'm excited. I'm
It's
excited.
a lot been going on in that country for more than a decade. It's just that it was under the radar, and they got is
Mm,
exposing it.
okay.
She's
Well,
showing so
I've got to
much.
go. I'm looking at his channel now. I'm ready to go.
Please,
Thank you.
guys, watch it.
Y'all
Do your
see it?
homework. Do your homework,
Yes, I'll because I like
please.
relaxing content. I don't like things that are too high strong and that teach me something. So
I
I'm
spent
gonna
a whole
go.
year watching that, and I was mad. I said, "Why didn't nobody Ghana? I try to go to this country, stop my bitching over there. I will
Yeah.
never come back here. I'll be a big man in Africa. I'll be like, yes, I made it big."
No, I love it. I love it. And I want to thank you. We've had a wonderful discussion, kind of ended up in other places, but I appreciate you helping me unpack this craziness. Shout out to all the rattlers watching. I hope
Unpack
y'all don't
this. Sheesh.
I hope y'all ain't mad. It's not about the school, really. It's about an individual's decisions, as I see it. But of course, the school has to deal with the ramifications. So that's where we're going. Yay! Saturday we got a show called Catfished. Catfish coming up. There's some good fodder in my life, and I'm sure you guys might have a great catfish story. Saturday at 12. Join me live 12 Eastern as I talk about the catfishing that's going on these days, the biggest catfish there ever was. If you want to share your story, come through. And I would love to have you, but I think I'm going to sign off. Thank you guys for spamming the comments, hitting the like button before you go. It is a late evening and so much more comments I want to throw up here, but y'all, we got to cut it off as you know I'm finna marry into reparations, Doug. You're welcome. For the final way. Black Citizen Gamut, yo, I'm excited to hear much more about these topics. Maybe, like I said, we can coordinate and actually bring Mr. Maya Wode
If you can get
into
hold of
the.
him, if you can get hold of him and ask him
I
tons
wonder
of
if he'll say
questions,
yes. There's a
I
couple people
bet
I've
you
sent random
he's number
Instagram
one in
DMs
Africa.
to.
That's the problem. He's number one in Africa, the most influential YouTuber in Africa, hands down.
Wow. I'm excited. I got to look him up more and I'm going to research him and maybe I'll hit him up with a DM and see
Please
if he's
do.
willing
I
to
want
come
the I
on.
want the American people to see what
Yeah,
I've
no, no,
tried
no,
to
no. That's the
say
thing.
for far too long.
No, you put me on game with him. I can't wait. Doug says I've never been catfish because I've never internet dated. All right, we're just gonna talk about catfishing,
Hmm.
just a little chat on Saturday. Can't wait.
What a beep of catfish?
Listen, people. Oh wow, he's going to Jamaica. Listen, you so funny, but I'm gonna go. I'm definitely almost out of battery right now. So when I start to slur and like, oh, can't get my thought out, it's that time.
Get some
Anyway,
rest. Get some
my
rest.
brother, yeah, please go subscribe, show some love once again to Canadian born Nigerian,
I'm
also
a nerd. Email
David.
me your issues. I can help you out. If I can't find the answer, I will look for the answer for you. That's how I am. I'm a team
Aw,
player.
appreciate it. Well, we're gonna sign out again. Thank you guys so much for watching. We back. We're getting into some kind of schedule later in the week, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday-ish. Just hit the notification bell and do me a favor and hit the like before we leave. And you can leave your opinion on the stream afterwards. Go back under the stream and make a comment. Would love to have that to get me back up in these algorithms so more people can see that, hey, she ain't going nowhere. She's still here. See you on Saturday. Have a great night. Bye bye
Get
now.
her before you move to Ghana.
Yeah, and then, exactly before I get caught up in. Oh wow, I would like to see what Ghana has to offer. Anyway, mwah, love
Hmm.
y'all. Good night. Good night. Good night. Good night.
Good night.